All right. How's everyone doing today? This is not the video I was announcing. That is more on slow process. This is more like a fast and easy, like just to give my thoughts on things. Just have fun, relax. And I thought to do that, since Chainsaw Man had recently ended, we all know how it ended by now. But I'm not here to give my thoughts on that yet. But for now, we're just gonna be ranking all the characters from part one. Part two will be its own separate thing. And I have renamed the tiers the best, the goat, amazing, the bomb, meh, didn't care for them, and just trash, filth. Like, I hated them. So I guess we'll start with the main character of the series, Denji. Denji. Hmm. I am hesitant to put him in the GOAT. I think he had an amazing story, so I'm tempted to put him here, but the way Denji's story was told, I really enjoyed his character in part one. I just, like, I know people call him a gooner and stuff, but there is so much more to Denji than just being a gooner. He has, like, this whole thing with, like, trauma and, like, latching on to, like, unhealthy coping mechanisms. There's so much more to Denji than just being like, "Hey, I want to touch a girl's breast, grabby, grabby, booby, booby." So yeah, I think Denji's great. I think he's an amazing character. Well, more than amazing, because I think he's the greatest, like the goat. And Makima, oh fucking Makima. Okay, I mean, so if you're anime only, this may not be too much of a surprise, but as a character, as a person, I fucking despise her. Like, I would hate this person in real life. Like, she is awful. She is just a terrible person. Like, she is just trash. And I am tempted to put her in filth. But she is just so well written and well executed that I don't know. Like, just because I hate her as a person, that doesn't mean I don't like her as a character, if that makes sense. I'm tempted to put her in GOAT. Like, she is just such a good, like, driving force for the story. I loved like how she acts in the background, like all the hints you get of her character. Honestly, Makima is like a great character, but like I fucking despise her. So like I like her as a character, she's great, but as a person, I put her in filth. Like right here. Like at the very fucking bottom. And Mr. Emo Aki Sasuke ripoff. I'm sure that upset a lot of people. Uh, uh he started off as filth. Like I did not like him at the start. I thought he was a petty, pathetic man. Like act like fucking beating down a minor because he's asking about his fucking crush. Like even if you say like, oh, but he was trying to be like a nice guy, like he's trying to like turn him away from public safety so he doesn't get killed. Even then, like it's clear it was obvious to me like he also pretty much did it because Denji was like also was like pretty obvious about his crush and he was like, yeah, I'm shutting that shit down. But he does evolve in a very good way. Like I love his story with like Denji and Power. I like how he learns to like trust more devils. I like his relationship with Himino. I liked his relationship with Angel. I like the big brother role he took with Denji and Power. I think he becomes really great. But I would not put him in S tier, the GOAT, because I did not like him at the start. Like it took a while for him to grow on me, but yeah, I think he is an amazing character, so I put him in A tier. And the Blood Fiend, Power. Sip of coffee. Uh, she was kind of like Aki, but like she was much more childish. Like I would again, like I would hate this character like Makima. Like if I met her in real life, I would be like, ew, like filth. Like for one, she doesn't fucking shower. She doesn't flush. She probably smells like shit. So I would probably not be around this person in real life. But there is no denying that she had a good arc with Denji and Aki. She like learns to grow. She becomes less selfish. She has like a good little sister role with Denji and Aki. I like the dynamic she had with him with Denji. Like they act like such like close friends. They were very touchy. It was honestly sometimes adorable. I know they say like Denji and Power loved each other, but I think it was more like I think Denji like it could I mean it could be like debated, but I think Denji saw Power as more like a little sister. It could be because of like how like what Power was going through when he said that, if you know what I mean. But I think he saw her more as a sister. Maybe Power had more romantic feelings. I can't confirm that. I think maybe she just saw him as like a good buddy and brother. I mean, we're not here to debate ships, but she definitely had like Aki had a good character growth, and her ending when she sacrificed all her blood and life for Denji, it was great. Like her story had a great conclusion, and I'm not gonna mention part two. Just Sludgy, do not mention part two. We're not here to talk about the fumbling. We're here to talk about the amazing characters. And Power, I think, was amazing. I think she was great. And Pochita. He's fucking adorable. I really like Pochita in part one. Part two is a bit of a different story, but part one, Pochita, like he was like Denji's ride or die. Like he was with Denji throughout all of it, but I feel like he should have had more of a presence. Like I mean, I guess more of a physical presence. Like his presence is felt throughout all of part one, like all of Chainsaw Man, because he is Denji's heart. Like you can't really have Chainsaw Man without Pochita and Denji together. But I feel like he should have had more of like an impact on the story. Like I feel like if he like I feel like maybe he should have communicated more with Denji in part one. Like surely I think it should be obvious. Like there's no way he did not recognize who Makima was. Like I feel like if he did recognize her, he would have tried to like shut that shit down, like the fucking grooming and crap, or like say like, hey Denji, be wary of her, like something to like turn Denji's life in a better direction. But he doesn't. He kind of just like adopts like the Quan Chi philosophy of ignorance is bliss, which kind of like causes Denji's downward spiral at towards the end. I mean, he was trying to protect Denji. Like, I don't think it was a bad decision per se, but there's no denying that he could have prevented some things in part one. But I mean, I don't think that makes him a worse character. It could just be the way Pochita's character is. I am tempted to put him in the GOAT because Pochita is just super badass. He's super adorable as a dog, and he is Renji's. He's Denji's ride or die. Like there's no denying that he was Denji's best positive relationship, and the backstory between them was phenomenal. I love the start, the first contract they make, the second contract where he becomes his heart. Yeah, there's just so much to like about Pochita. So I think I'm gonna keep him in GOAT, but he's more of like a wary GOAT placement. And then Kishibe, the mad dog, the oldest living devil hunter. I think he's super badass. I mean, he is like he's mysterious, kind of like Makima was, Like you do not know like what is his relationship with Makima? Like why does he seem to distrust her so much? I mean, as the reader, you know she's fucking bad. Like as the reader, like you can tell she's up to something with the way with what she's doing to Denji. But Kishibe is the only one in the story to see it. Like what is she planning? Like what is her stake in Denji? And he's kind of like he's the only one to like call her out on it. Well, I guess the second character. We'll get to him. But yeah, he had I like the relationship he had with Denji and Power, like their master. I mean, he kind of just like I mean, in real life again, like he would be weird to hang out with because if I saw him like training quote unquote Denji and Power, and it's him just like killing them over and over, that is like I'd be like, bro. I mean, again, this doesn't make him a bad character. Like again, in real life, I would be like wary of this guy, which makes sense because he's in a profession where like you typically die young. So like you always got to be wary of people like that. But I think he had a great story. I liked the final battle with his role in it. I liked the backstory he gives with certain characters. Yeah, I think so. Maybe he's not better than Power and Aki, but I think he's definitely an A tier. But the way he fucks off at the end of part one like grinds my gears. But that's more of a part two shit. So anyway, Himino. Hmm. Again, like Makima, like I would not like this person. She is irresponsible. She should not be like around like the younger members of public safety. She is a horrible influence, and she kind of sucks. Like let's be honest. She is just a drunken man child. But I think she is a good definition of like what being in a field like public safety does to you. And the reason why is because when you care so much but you want to like kill devils anyway. Like she's kind of like a half broken. She's kind of like the halfway point between Kishibe and Aki. Like she cares so much like Aki, but she is more like immoral like Kishibe is. Like she isn't afraid to break boundaries like Kishibe. So she's kind of like the halfway point between them, but just like a whole lot more irresponsible. And I saw like on Discord, she kind of like mirrors Denji like in his unhealthy coping mechanisms, and I think that's pretty neat. But I mean, she doesn't. I mean, I don't know if I would put her in amazing tier. She kind of dies pretty quickly. Like she dies in like the second arc. She kind of she slowly Thanos snaps herself away from existence. Mm, maybe A tier, but like on the lower end. There's no denying that her relationship and story with Aki was great. I like the easy revenge thing and like her backstory, like how she keeps losing partners and Aki was her best one. She falls in love with him. There's no denying that she had a great story. I did like her story, but like as a person, I would put her like in meh. But I think she's either like in the lower end of A tier or like the high end of B tier. She's like the bomb. She definitely had a lot of issues. Like I'm not gonna like let her my like a character's like habits I don't like distract me from like how good of a character they are, if that makes sense. So yeah, she's probably like lower end of A tier, high B tier. Maybe I'll make a tier between them. I don't know. Well, we'll come back to her. But Kobeni. Oh, Kobeni. Definitely like a fucking A tier. I love. She is like the everyman of like the world in Chainsaw Man, and she behaves exactly how fucking we would. She is fucking terrified of fighting devils. She has a shitty life just like Denji. She mirrors him in a way, like how she like never had a choice, and I like that. I think she has a great story. I like the conversation she and Denji has at the end about like how there's no such thing as a life without pain. Like, there's no denying that and she's also like the only human character besides Kishibe that survives. Like from Division 4, like she's the only one that survives, and she was like, again, she was like, so it's also because she was like smart enough to fucking hightail it out of there after the Darkness Devil fiasco. So yeah, I think Kobeni's great. I think she has a great character arc. And then Aldo, Kobeni's partner, and then he was killed in the Gun Devil attack with the Yakuza. He he's kind of like Kobeni, like, and like he is kind of like a person in the real world fighting devils, like Kobeni. Like he's terrified, like as anyone would be, but he's kind of killed off pretty early. Like we get some stuff about him, like he took care of his mom. He likes Haikyuu, and he seemed to be close with Kobeni. He sacrifices his life to save her, and which ends up like saving like the entirety of Division 4, or what was rest of it. Like she saves Denji from being taken. Like there's no denying Aldo did some stuff. So I think I'll keep him in B tier, but he doesn't have too much of a character because he does die pretty quickly. But I don't hate him. I'm not gonna put him in meh because he does have an impact. And then this guy, the only survivor besides Kobeni and the hybrids and Aki. Uh, I forget this dude's name. I don't think he even had one. Maybe he did. I don't. I don't feel like looking it up. But I did. Going back and reading it and like discussing it with people on Discord. Like he actually like he kind of wins. Like he survives. He calls Makima out on her bullshit. Like says like I don't know what you're up to, but I know it's bad, and he just like fucking dips. And he just lives. He lives to fight. He lives to die. He lives to like a normal life at that point. We can only assume. And it's funny because I thought for sure Makima would just kill it, like go on and kill him out of spite or something, like or like because he knows too much. But apparently the author said like no, he just lives. Doesn't he doesn't get killed. He just lives out his life, which I think is awesome. He's like the winner of part 1, but we don't really know much about him, so I think he's sort of meh. We don't know. I don't think we know his name, or at least I don't. His design is okay, but I mean, again, we don't really know anything about him. I just like the fact that he calls Makima out and just survives and lives on. I think that's really cool. But again, as a character, he's meh. And then the other division characters, I don't think they even got names. So I'm just gonna fucking put them in. Don't care. They just all die in the Gun Devil attack, and we learn nothing about them. I mean, we do know that this guy's IQ is like 100 and something or 132. This guy's more like a gruff guy, and then she's just normal. I don't know. We really don't know anything about these guys, so I'm just gonna keep them and don't care because they were kind of just bodies to be popped like meat balloons. But here we go. Here we come to a character who I have a lot of soft spot. I have a big soft spot for. I cannot speak. I have a soft spot for Nomu from Division 2, who Aki was best like good friends with, and then he dies to the bomb devil. I don't know why I'm trying to hide. It's Reze. We all fucking know it's Reze. I I actually kind of like. I really do like Nomu. I think he had an interesting relationship with Aki. I liked like all the like the short. I liked the short time he was in the manga. And I think the anime like enhanced his segments even better. But I would not put him again. I would not put him above Aldo, but I would put him above Meh. I think he could have been like an interesting like side character if he survived. But I really have no reason to like Nomu. I just think he was neat. So I'm just gonna maybe I'll make another tier. tier. Uh, what would I name this tier? The characters that I like, but I really have no reason to. I like. Oops, that's not how you spell like. There we go. Yeah, I like. Yeah, I like him, and I have no reason to. But yeah, I like him, and I don't even know this character's name, so I'm just gonna put him in. Don't care. And then Kurose and Tendo, I think they're called. I like them. I think they're pretty cool. I like this guy's conversation with Aki. I like how he calls him out. Like, you're not the hero of a manga. And I like their designs. I think they're really cool. I can honestly like see them as like twins because they look so fucking similar. Like they have like almost the exact same scars. But I did like the short time they were in the manga, and I liked the conversation with Makima. I liked the conversation with Aki. I wish we saw more of them, but I like them. I have no reason to, and I just like them. And then this guy who I do not know the name of, and I do not feel like caring. And then I think the two guys that were with Nomu in the bomb in Reze's attack, I'll just put them in meh. I At least we know their names, Kano and Tanabe or something, but we don't know anything about them. And then the old man Yakuza guy who fucking tried to whore out Denji or some shit, like fucking filth. I hate this guy. If anyone likes this guy, please tell me why. Like I do. I think he was just made to be hated. He's just a scumbag Yakuza who fucking enslaved a kid for his dead father's debt. Like fuck that guy. But his grandson, on the other hand, he's a piece of shit too. He's stupid. He's naive. But there's no denying that I think his devil form is so fucking cool. I don't want to put him in meh because he has a huge impact on the story, but I don't like him like in the way I like these guys. And I don't think he's B tier, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just put him in I like. I think he's good driving force for Denji to get stronger. I liked how the old man Yakuza he wasn't just like a random piece of shit. Like his death did have consequences, and I liked how we learned more about the Gun Devil through him. It was interesting. I did like the Katana Man arc. The fight with him and Denji was also really cool. Fucking cut in half. And then Akane, who teamed up with him again and gave him the Katana Man heart, the Katana Devil heart, she kind of got wrecked by Kobeni and Aki. I like her. I mean, I don't hate her. Like, she's not meh. She does have a huge impact on the first part of Chainsaw Man. And we even see her again in the final battle with the Gun Devil. But I don't know. She's nothing amazing. But Angel Devil, on the other hand, I think is amazing. I loved his story with Aki. I think he's above Kobeni and Aki and everyone else. I love the backstory with like him in this village. I like how we learn more about his like ideology. Like he wanted to be the town mouse, but Makima found him and forced him to live in the city. Wait, no, it wasn't the town mouse. It was the country mouse. Yeah, the country mouse. Yeah, he wanted to be the country mouse, but Makima forced him and enslaved him. I like how he develops his relationship with Aki. Like they have a good core friendship, and he even risks his life to save Aki. I think his story is great. I think Angel was an amazing character, and I think his abilities are fucking terrifying and cool as hell. So yeah, I think Angel's amazing. I really don't have any complaints about Angel. And then the violence fiend, Galigali or however the fuck you say his name. Uh, he was kind of funny. I thought he was kind of cool. I liked the short fight with him and Reze. I also liked uh, the interactions he had with Kobeni. I think he's all right. I like him more than these guys, so I'll just keep him in like B tier. And the Spider Devil Princey, she was kind of the least developed of the Division 4 fiends or devils or whatever. She kind of just existed to serve Makima. I mean, she enslaved her, so. But unlike the other ones, she seemed to be like more. She seemed to be more in contact with Makima, if I remember right. She kind of just and she didn't really have too much of a character. I don't want to put her in meh because she was important in the International Assassins arc. I'll put her in the bottom of I like. I don't particularly care for her, but I think she's better than these guys. So I'll keep her there. And then Beam, the fucking best boy Beam, the fucking shark fiend. Renji's new ride or die until he fucking tragically dies. I think he's really cool. I liked the relationship with him and Denji. I liked he was kind of like a braver version of Power. Like he was scared, but like he was willing to throw down with the best of them. I think Beam was great. I don't have any complaints about Beam, even though I think him besides Angel, he was like the most developed of the Devils in Division 4. And I liked the fight with him and Denji and Reze. Honestly, yeah, Beam's great. I'm tempted to put him in an A tier, but I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's like Angel and Aki tier. So yeah, and then fucking Yoshida. Oh, this guy. Okay. If you separate him from part one, like if part one, just pretend part one does not exist. He's kind of cool. I think he's kind of cool. I love the fight with him and Quan Chi. I love the. I like his conversations with Kishibe. I like how Makima like specifically asked for him. Like it just goes to show how much potential he has as a fighter and Devil Hunter. So I mean, just throw part two away. Just throw that shit away. Yoshida in part one, I think is good. I don't think he's as good as these guys though, so I'll put him. I'm gonna keep him at the top of I like. And Santa Claus, uh, hmm. If this was a villain ranking, I put her like in like S tier, but as a character, mm, I mean, she was cool. Like when she got like part of the darkness devil's flesh, she became really intimidating. Mm, I mean, I don't particularly like her, but there's no denying that she was a great character and villain. But she was kind of like a piece of shit and potential pedophile. So I don't know. I think I'll just put her in. I don't want to put her in Meh because she had such a big impact. I'll put her in Filth. Like, if she's potentially a pedo, I don't fucking care for her there. And then Tolka, Santa Claus's student. He was kind of just her bitch. Like he was just her slave, and then she turns him into a doll. So meh. He I really no. I'm gonna put him in don't care. I did not care for Tolka. But Quan Chi, oh my god, Quan Chi, she was another great foil to Denji. I liked the fight with him with Yoshida. I liked the conversation, like the infamous panel, like Makima is listening with Kishibe. I think she was really fucking cool. I'm gonna put her in the top of A tier. I think Quan Chi. I can't wait to see her animated. I think it's gonna come out this year. But I think Quan Chi was great. I loved Quan Chi. She's kind of like fucking Meryl from Akame ga Kill Zero, but done correctly. And she's not a piece of shit. I mean, she's willing to kill kids, but I mean, she's not a fucking pedo. So fucking A A plus for that. And then I forget all her fucking fiend girlfriends' names. The only one I know is Cosmo. I think she was the most developed, but the other ones I just did not care for. So I'll just put them all in don't care. I don't remember which one is which, and so for that I just do not care. All right, the Immortal Brothers. Fucking who is this guy again? Aldo, I think his name is. Uh, they're kind of pieces of shit. The Immortal Brothers. They wear the skin of people they kill. Like that is extremely scummy. But they were like the least they were by far the least intimidating in the International Assassins arc. Like they came across as a joke to me. So I'll just put them at the bottom of I like. I don't hate them, but I think their powers were interesting. The double contract they had, but I just wish they were more intimidating. Nah, if I'm gonna put them in meh. Fuck that. I'll put Aldo in I like because he's the most developed. But his older brothers, like they fucking had no character. They were just pieces of shit trying to collect a huge bounty. But Reze, oh fucking Reze, Reze is a goat. I love Reze. They did her movie. They did her arc in the movie Justice. They added so much. They took away some things, but that's neither here or there. She's like a perfect mirror for Denji. Like she is like the Denji that never had Pochita. She mirrors him so well. I loved their relationship. I loved the tragic romance. I loved how she introduces like the town or country mouse fable. Like she had such a short time in the manga, but she really fucking stole like the show. But now that I'm thinking about it more, her in the final arc of part one was kind of just a human puppet for Makima, and then Fujimoto never touched her character again. No, ignore it. Ignore part two. We're ignoring part two. For the most part, Reze in part one. Don't if you ignore how her story kind of just has a terrible conclusion, she was great. She was the best character besides Denji. I fucking love Reze. And then the random fucking psycho who was after Denji's heart, but Reze fodderized him. Filth. Like he was just a random. He was a random scumbag. And in the movie, they fucking added him killing a woman for no fucking reason. Like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. And then fucking Miri, or Swordman, as he was known, because he didn't have a name in part one. Again, like Reze, they were all just human puppets, like human weapons. They didn't have a character. They were just Makima's slaves. So we didn't really know anything about their true personalities. So I mean, I'm just gonna keep them in meh. Like they really didn't have much of an impact. They Chainsaw Man fucking fodderized them over and over and over. So yeah, I didn't really care for them. I don't know who this guy is. He looks like this guy, so I'm just gonna put him right next to him. I guess I mean if you I don't want to count part two. No, I'm not gonna count part two. So all the human weapons besides Reze, I'm just gonna keep in meh because they didn't have an impact on the story at all. But they were cool. Like don't get me wrong, like the fight with him is the fight with Chainsaw Man is cool, but they didn't really have a character, so they're meh. And then the random civilian devil hunter, I don't care. He was just there. And then Reze's boss, I liked Reze's boss. He was a cool guy. He was just a nice guy who was he was like probably Denji's like best like male role model. It's kind of a shame that he never comes back. I would have liked to see him again, like interact with Denji, like after all the shit that happened in part one. I'm gonna put him up here. I think I'll put him next to Nomu. I think he was a nice guy. And then the fucking random guy that Denji threw that was in the car, don't care. The zombie devil was literally filth. He was just a piece of shit that killed made a contract with the Yakuza and they accepted like a bunch of idiots. And then the muscle devil, so in the manga, this guy doesn't appear in the anime, but in the manga, Denji almost runs away because he was possessing the little girl. But he it was a great scene. It's hard to describe, but it was a great scene. So there's no denying that that part that they took out of the anime was like a great character moment for Denji. So for that, I'm gonna put him in I like. Like I wish they kept that moment in the anime, but I really don't have much to say about him. But the Bat Devil, uh, he he was kind of just like the random piece of shit devil that tried to kill Power and Denji and almost ate Meowie. So I'll put him in filth. The Leech Devil, his girlfriend, God forbid, fucking hell, ugly, filth. The Fox Devil, okay, I think the Fox Devil was cool, but he was kind of a fucking pussy. Like I'm not gonna lie, the Fox Devil was kind of a pushover. Like the moment he tried to like fight anyone besides like a random fodder devil like the Bat Devil, he fucking pieced out. So I'll put him in meh, or maybe it's a girl. I can't remember. And then I guess the Feet Devil, don't care, don't care. The Ghost Devil, don't care. I don't care. I don't even know what devil that is. The Future Devil, though, I think he was pretty cool. I think he was funny. I liked the contract he had with Aki and like the end where like he just like sadistically chuckles after he sees the future he saw like chapters ago. I like him. I think he was cool. I'll put him above. I'll put him above these guys. I'll put him here. I wish we saw more of him though. I'll just say. The Typhoon Devil, don't care. He was just like a random force of nature that worked with Reze in the Soviet Union. So, and then I don't recognize this devil. I'll just put him in don't care. The Darkness Devil, he it doesn't have a character, but it was kind of just like a random force of it was more like a force of nature. Like they it was considered like transcendent because it's a devil that's never experienced death once. Probably because Chainsaw Man never fucking went after him because you can't get rid of darkness. That would be terrible. But he doesn't have a character. He's more like a force of nature, like an eldritch horror. So I think I'll put him at the bottom of I like. Like I think he was super cool. I just wish we learned more about the primals. And the Gun Devil, he shows up for like 5 seconds, has a fight with Makima, and then fucking pieces out and invades his corpse. So I don't know if it was like on purpose or if Fujimoto fumbled it, but the Gun Devil came across as kind of a fucking clown. Like he wasn't. He hyped up the Gun Devil from since like chapter what, like 3 or 4, maybe 5. I don't remember, but we don't even see the fight between Makima and the Gun Devil. We just know that she won. I mean, we know why she won, but it's just weird. It's not even the full Gun Devil. We don't even see what the full Gun Devil looks like. I'll put him in. I'll put him in meh. I didn't really care for the Gun Devil that much. And then the Hell Devil, I didn't care for. I mean, he does some things. He like sends like all of Division 4 and like the Quan Chi group to hell. He fights Chainsaw Man and gets obliterated. But other than that, I also think his design is kind of lame. So, meh. And then Meowie, meh. She was just a random cat. Like, who cares? Like, I like cats. I like dogs. But she wasn't a character. She was just a cat that was there. She was Power's pet. That was it. And okay. Oh, excuse me. And okay, that is all the characters of part one. We got the goats. We got the amazing characters. We got the bombs. We got the characters that I like that I don't really have any reason to, but I like them. We have the meh characters that didn't really have an impact. We have the characters that had no names or I just did not care for. And then we have the pieces of shit that I would not hesitate to fucking sprain their neck if I found in real life. I fucking hate these guys. Yeah, so that is part one list. Next time we will be doing part two characters, and I have a fucking lot to say about those. And trust me, it's a lot more depressing than this shit. But I hope you enjoyed. I am gonna try and get started more on the Akame got killed character video I am working on. Not much of a character video, but it's like Akame got killed video. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all next time.